Morning, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. I wanted to jump up here because I made this slipper last night. My feet was cold while I was making another project. So I said, you know what, I'm going to make some slippers, but I wanted some cozy slippers, something to keep my feet warm but also soft. So I came up with this. However, I knitted it and, well, this is knitted and it's a little bit of crochet. So as far as the measurements and things like that, I did measure my feet. So I actually chained 20. I'm gonna measure this to see. So this is from front to back. So let me see if I can flip that. So it's somewhere around 9 inches of the length. I measured it again when I put it on my foot, but I chained 20, and as far as the rows, it was 25. But anyway, let me show you. Let's get started. Let me show you how I did it. So first, what you're gonna need, this is my knitting needles that I used yesterday. If you can see, this is a size 8. When I get it closer, it zooms out, but when I come down, let me see. Also, you're going to need a crochet hook. I like Clover crochet hooks, and this is an 8 as well. I'm trying to see. I don't know why I can't see. But this is an 8 as well. Let me see if I can zoom in so that you can see. They say it's an L. I'm sorry, my camera. Here we go. See, it's an L, but that's 8 as well. You're gonna need a pair of scissors. I'm sorry, y'all. I dropped my scissors as I was trying to show you. Okay, so you're gonna need a pair of scissors. This is my scissors. Some stitch needles, some yarn, and of course, measuring tape. Now you can use any yarn that you choose to. I don't really know the weight, the size, and all that stuff. It's not real thin, but it is kind of thick. Like I said, it's up to you or what you choose or what you want to use. So let's get started. So I'm going to chain, because I'm going to use my crochet hook too. And it may be a different terminology. I'm just using the word chain right now. I'm going to see if I can zoom in to make this a little bit closer. Bear with me, because doing it on the camera and doing it, you know how we do. It's a little different. Now, I don't know if y'all know this method or not, but I think this is the easiest way to chain with knitting. So you go in, and did you see what I did? This is what I chained on a crochet needle. This is the string, and I set the knitting needle on top of it. And I'm going to pull it like if I was crocheting on that. So once you do that, it should look like this. Once you do that, right? So then you're going to take, I don't want that to pop up. Okay, let me hold that. So then you're going to take the one that was in front, that long string. You're going to put this in the back again, and then you're going to do it again. Okay, so now you got 2. So then you're going to do it again. Pull it in the back. So you need 20 of these. Okay. Then you're going to pull it. So get 20 of, I will do 20 of them, and I'll meet you back. This is what it should look like. So I actually chained 19. You have to chain 20, but I did 19, and this is my 20th. Okay. So come back, take this and just put that on top of that, like that, and then pull that, and then that's 20, right? So make sure they all on the right side. And you don't want them too tight, you want them kind of loose. So you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Okay, so it should look like that. And like I said, you want to make sure all your work is, you know, lined up. So also too, before we move on to here, however, I told you I didn't really know what the yarn, this is a little bit compatible. This yarn right here, it's not the same exact, I'm sorry, this camera's getting on my nerves. It's not the same exact color per se, but this is the, why I look like this is backwards. Okay, this is the weight and things like that. If you wanted to use this particular, this is like a blanket yarn. If you wanted to use this particular yarn, this is something like a blanket yarn too. It's just a little, it's a little different. But I don't have the I don't have my paper and stuff on it. It's just in a bowl, so that's why, you know, bear with me, y'all, bear with me. So okay, so we're gonna start knitting. So this is how I do things. Go in and you start knitting. So you want to knit 20, and you don't want to do it too tight. You want your you know, stitches just to be a little loose. You don't want it tight. You want it movable. All right, so we want to knit up 20, and then I'll meet you back. And you gotta be careful. Don't let none of them slip. Be careful with that. Okay, so that's the first row. So we want the second row. So my second row, and I got two strings. I got this string that I started with, and then I got this string that's my working thing. So the first one, I'm going to slip, right? And you can pull it tighter. You just pull the thing to pull it tighter. I'm going to slip, right? That was the first one, the first stitch. Then the second stitch, I hope you can see. Oh, this camera thing gets on my nerves. Okay, got it. And then the second one, make sure that you're working with your working, the working one is the one that's coming off the yarn, so make sure that you're working with that. The second one, you're going to knit, and then you're just going to knit one. So I'll meet you back at the end. This is my second row. So I have to make basically 25, but what I want you to do is actually do 24. I'm gonna meet you back at 24, and after 24, I'm gonna show you, you know, what to do with 25. So okay, so now we want to do the third one, and the third one we just want to do regular knitting, and then we just want to work ourselves up. Bear with me, y'all. I'm gonna get used to this camera. I know it's getting on my nerves, but I'm gonna get used to it. And this is the working, yeah. So we just want to knit that regular, like how we've been doing. Okay, so I will meet you back after row 24. Okay. So I wanted to jump back up here because before we come back, because I couldn't really, with the camera going down, I can't really show you what I'm trying to do. So I'm going to get a little closer. Let me see if I can. I'm still learning this thing. I wanted to make it closer. So anyway, you go in. This is your working yarn, your working string. And you just knit. But you're going to, like I said, you're going to do 24. And then we're going to see each other back. Make sure you just don't do what I just did. I went in between. You have to go. Oh, I'm sorry. You know, with the knit. And just make sure that you're going here, not under there. You want to make sure you're going in here. Because you don't want no holes in your work. I'm coming closer because I want to see. I want you to see what I'm doing. Because I couldn't show it at the bottom. And this is my third row. You don't want to do it too tight. Because you don't want it to, you know, when you're trying to knit it, you don't want it to be so tight that you can't get it over these, the needle. Okay, so like I said, this is 3. I'm on row 3. So after this, we're going to meet each other back. And then I'm going to show you how to do we're going to meet each other back on row 24. Then I'll show you what to do with row 25. Okay, to get this perfect slipper. It is so comfortable. I can't wait to put them on and take pictures of them. All right, I'll meet y'all back at row 24. So I'm getting ready to be on row 24. So I'm going to do row 24 up here. This is what it looks like so far. But okay, so this will be row 24. And almost done. And you don't want to do it too tight because you want to be able for your, you know, your stitches just to move. You don't want to make it too tight. Okay, so that would be 24, y'all. And the way that I counted them, if I didn't, I don't think I said that to you, but the way that I counted, the way how it is, like, you see these bumps. Let me see. See these little bumps? That's what I counted. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay. So, okay, so now that we have reached 24, we're going to do 25 like this. So instead of knitting 1, you're going to bring, see how these 2? You're going to bring these 2 because they got to go in the back. You're going to bring these 2 together. Wrap your work. Come through. Get that off of your thing. So you want to do 2 throughout. This is your next 2. Bear with me, y'all. I don't do that well with my cameras this way. Wait a minute, because you want to make sure. I might got to come back and turn my camera around. Wait a minute. Let me see if I turn my camera around. Wait a minute. Okay, let's do it this way, because I cannot do it like that for some reason. So anyway, you see these 2? You're going to pick them up with your needle. That's why don't do them too tight so it's not as hard trying to pick it up. So you're going to knit 2, and you're going to do this across. Okay, and then you go to the next. So you want to do 2, 2, 2 across and knit the 2, and then I'm gonna see you back. Okay, so now I have reached my last 2. So we're gonna bring work that man. Let's come out. Why is that being so difficult? Okay. And that'll be my last 2. Okay. So this is what it should look like. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it should be 10 up there. However, you're going to take about maybe 16 inches of the string, and you're going to cut it. Okay. And you're going to, let me see if I can, I want to be able to show you. So bear with me 1 second. I just have to turn my camera. Okay, so we're done. So we cut the thing. And you're going to need a needle as well. I don't know if I told you this in the beginning. I probably did. I think I forgot. So anyway, you want to stitch this, right? And then all you're going to do is go back through the with your other knitting needle, and you're just going to pick these up, okay? And that's all of them. So I'm gonna meet you back once we're all done, okay? Okay, so I have them all up there, all 10 of them up here. So we're gonna pull that through, okay? So once we pull this through, once we pull that through, we're going to take this off of the needle. Okay, so we're done with this. So what you should have now, it should look like this, right? So you're going to pull it, and then you're going to bear with me 1 second. I'm going to turn my camera. Okay, so it should look like this once you know, put it through. Let me try to move my hands out the way. So you're just going to take your needle. I'm not sure if you're able to see what I'm doing. But just take your needle and just go in the beginning. That's all. Take that, bring that through. Once you bring that through, pull it. And that's it. So, I'm going to turn my camera. Okay, so it should look like, it should look like this, basically. Kind of like a, I don't know, like a boat, you want to say. So what I'm getting ready to do, because I brought that in, so basically what I'm getting ready to do is stitch this up. And bear with me. Let me see if I can get a little bit closer. So basically, I'm just stitching this up so all of this will make sense. And I sew it. Basically, you just go in and out. And you just want to sew it through. Okay. So, where do you stop at? Row 13. So you want to do it all the way. You would count up to 13 and you're going to stop on row 13 to sew this, you know, coming up. Okay. So I sewed that part, right? So now you're going to sew this part of it. Okay. This should look like a boat, but you're going to sew this part of it. And what I did, I turned it inside out. And you're going to sew that across. Okay. So, it should look like this. Right? So, what I did, because I wanted it to really stand firm on my foot. And what did I do? Hold up. Okay. Hold up. Gotta make sure I'm doing it on the right side. Okay. So I turned it inside out the way that I did it, right? And then what I did, I kind of like brought this in and brought this in, and then I sewed it like this, okay? So you're going to bring this in and bring this in, and then you're going to sew it. See what I did? It should look, make it look neat. Like when you fold both of them in like a sandwich, it should look like that, okay? So with doing that, it should look like this. That's how it's going to look. So what you want to do from there, you're going to flatten it, right? And then you're going to sew it down again. Okay, so it'll look like this. Okay, so what I'm doing is basically sewing it down. So, because it's going to give you, you know how like you put shoes on and how it give you like that. So you just sewing it down so it can be firm. Okay, so it should look like this. All I did, because it's hard for me to show. I don't know. I have to get me another device where I can show it as I'm doing it. But all I did was do what I told you, and then I sewed it down. So the next step is I don't cut strings until the end because you never know what you need to help stitch. So the next step, I'm here now. So the next step, we're going to single, and this is the size, the needle here is a 5. I wanted you to see it's an H. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to single crochet around this, okay? 1 row, and I'm going to meet you back. Okay, so like I stated, you just want to single crochet, but I wanted to show you how I did it. I don't know why that thing is so blurry. Let's see if you can see it that way. Why is my camera so blurry? Bear with me. I don't know how to work this damn thing. Okay, I don't know. Let's go back. Okay, so I put 1 single crochet in here. That's in here. So my next one is going to go here. Right? Vice versa. I put 1 here. So my next one is going to go here. Put 1 there. My next one is going to go here. So you just got to look at your stitches as you're doing it. If you decide to use this particular type of yarn. Okay, so it was in here. So my next one it will go in here, right? Look at that one, right? I put one there, so my next one will go in here. And you do that all the way around. Okay, so you just look at your holes to make sure that you're not putting them too close together, okay? Okay, so I did the whole thing around. Let me back it up some so that you can see. Sorry, y'all, I'm gonna have to get another device. But I did the whole thing around, and that's what it looks like. So now we at this point right here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go around, but what I'm going to do is this string, I'm going to double it. So there. Okay, so when I double it, I ain't going to cut nothing, but I'm just going to open it up as, you know what I mean, like add as much as I can add to it, so it allowed me to go around one time. So I'm making it longer basically. So I have about this. I measure it so you're not thrown off by it. So let's see how much this is. And I'm sorry, y'all, if you have any questions, you're welcome to ask me. And vice versa, if you don't choose to use this type of yarn, you can do it on any yarn, you know, for it to still, you know, come out. So I have about 40, it's about 46 inches long that I have for the yarn. So what I'm going to do, let me turn the camera. Okay. So what I'm going to do, now that that's double, I'm going to single crochet. I go into the next one, to the next one, to the next one, to the next one, until it goes around, okay? So, like I said, I don't cut strings too until the back, to the bottom. I'm just going to single it. Ooh. And that'll just give you, you know what I mean, firmer. So when you go put it on your foot, it's somewhat a little tight. Now I probably could have made it longer, because I just did, what I say, 46. So it looks like I need more. So instead of maybe doing yours 46, you might want to do about 56 or something like that. What I'm going to do, since I need more, cut this part, and then you just, you know, grab some more yarn. I'm going to pretend like this is 50 something, but you would do if you have to do that, make sure that you have enough. Okay, so this is what you got at the end, and then I just, you know, so I'm going back to here. I'm going to sew mine down from front, because this is like I said, this is the pad in the back of your heel. A lot of times when you put shoes on, you know how every shoe, whatever, got a little heel. So that's why I did it that way. So anyway, I'm going to just make sure this is stitched down, because it's supposed to give you the same illusion as this. So I'm going back to make sure that it's stitched down nice. And then we will go to the next of the bow. Okay, and then, you know, this right here, keep this, because you're going to need this to sew down your bow. So don't cut the top part, but this back part where these strings is at, you know, just make sure it's the way. If it's fine, you don't have to bother it. But I just want to go in and just make sure mine's is to my liking. Okay, and this is what your little slipper look like so far. Okay, I got my head sweating. Okay, so we cleaned that up. I just wanted to make that, and I'm gonna get it close, but it's like pad. You know what I mean? Like a pad on your heel. So we got that part done. Okay, so we're going to set this to the side, and then we're going to get to the next part. So the next part, drum roll. Okay, so the next part, we're going to do how we did the first time with chaining. We're going to do the number of 10. So you do it just how you did the first time. Crochet. This is how I make my crochet stitch, whatever you want to call it. And then this is actually over top of the crochet, and then I just go in. I wrap that around in the back, go in, wrap around, go in. We need 10 of these, so actually we're going to do 9, because remember, this is a stitch too. On a crochet needle, that's a stitch. So we're going to do 9. Okay, so we did 9. This is 10. So what I'm going to do is take this and put this over top of that. Bring that in. And that's my 10. Try to do them a little loose. I did kind of do mine a little tight, but try to do them loose. So we're going to knit with this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. So we're going to knit with this. So you need 14 rows, and try not to do it tight, because I did this tight. So we're gonna meet back up at the 14 rows, because this, I gotta play with this because I did it too tight. Try not to do your side, because if you do it too tight, this is what you gotta go through. It's a pain in the butt, especially when you're dealing with big needles like this. Try to make it as loose as you can, because it'll make it hard. So this will be, some people would say this would be row 3. I'm saying this is going to be row 2, because when you do that crochet method, you're already 2 in the game. Like you already actually with 2 rows, but I'm going to count this as 1. Okay, the way that I do it, I'm going to count it as 1. So we're going to do 14 rows of this. With that extra 1, it's probably going to give you a total of 15 rows, because the way how we, started out, we did it with the crochet hook. But we need 14 rows of this. So once you get your 14 rows, we're going to meet back up. Okay. So we have our 14 rows. So now we're about to cast one now. And yesterday, when I was doing it, I messed up. It was late. I was tired, and I was trying to hurry up. So I'm thinking, should I go back? Should I mess up like I messed up the first time, so that I can get my bow to look like this bow? Because sometimes when you, like, the way that you, do the pattern, you should follow it out. If you made a mistake, make a mistake on the other one, so both of them can come out the same, if that makes any sense. So what I'm going to do, I think I'm just going to keep that mistake. And I'm going to cast off. So what did I do yesterday? Okay, I know what I did. I did it like this, where normally this is not the way how you're supposed to do it. But I want it to come out the same way. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Oh, the only thing we're working with these bigger needles, your work is so slippery. Okay. So that's how I did it. That's not really the way that you're supposed to do it. But like I said, last night I was tired and I messed up. So we're going to cut a little bit of this off, right? And what I did, I just took like another, what I did, I took just another piece of string and just crocheted it in. Hold up. And where did I just went back into that loop and just came through. That was it. To knot it so it didn't come through. So you would just, these that you see, you are going to blend them in. I can't think of it. I can't even, because I'm just realized I'm talking about chain. It was cast on, wouldn't it? And I'm sorry, my mind is like, oh, I'll be getting them brain farts. But you're going to weave these in. I had to think about what the hell it was called. I know the thing, the terminology, but child, I'll be forgetting. So we just want to weave these little stitches, these little things in so they're not looking so ugly. So let's weave them in real quick. Now that we did it, it should look like this. So what I did, I go in that middle where I messed up at. I just brought it in. No particular way. But you want it to fall. And what I like about this, when you cut this stuff off, it's like, I don't know, it just blends in. So I took another thing, and as far as the inches of it, I don't know, do about 40 inches or something like that. And you're going to wrap it. You're going to wrap this in the middle. So after the wrap, it looks like this. So I'm just going to cut this and weave it, because we're done as far as wrapping it. So I'm trying to see what side do I want it on. So I think I'm going to keep it on this side. So let's wrap it for the final time. And I'm basically just going in just to lock it in that it doesn't come through. And this yarn is pretty good with lock because it blends in. Like no matter where you cut it, I like it because it just blends in. You don't have to be extra perfect. You know what I mean? Okay, so our next step, I'm going to turn our camera around so that we can see. So, okay. That's all you're doing, because it's hard for me to show. I got to get me another device. Just make sure that you know, sewing it on the right side. But all you're doing is putting it right in that center. And remember that long thing that we had there? We're going to stitch that right in there. Okay? And that's it. It really honestly is not hard. Okay, we're going to try this again. I think I can do it. Okay. I think I can do it. Let's move that up. I swear I'm going to buy me another device. Okay, why is my light now? Okay, so that long thing, right? I'm going to put the bow right here, because you want to look at it to make sure. See, this is showing, so I want that to show. So I'm not going to do it right there. I'm gonna do it underneath it, just how you did just how I did the first one. I hope you can see what I'm doing. So I just put one stitch in so that you can kind of follow me. So anyway, the bow goes in, like I stated, right underneath that. You want that, and then from there you just sew. I sewed the top, the bottom, the bottom, the top. So the top on both sides, the bottom on both sides, and then I sew, you know, this in. Okay, so I'm gonna do it because it's hard for me. I'm trying. I do apologize, but it's hard for me to. I don't know. I gotta get another device. But I will be back after we. So you want to sew this, 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 this in the middle as well. And when you sew, make sure that you sewing it, even though you can't really see with this thread. If you just make sure, you know what I'm saying, that you not making it so obvious, like where you can't really see, even though I know that you're not going to be able to see it, but you know what I mean. Like, how can I explain it? Like how I'm not rounding, I'm going in and I'm going out. You want to do that, you know what I mean? Go in, go out, like that. Okay, All right, you guys, and we'll see you back in a few. Hey, I am so excited. I'm done. I am done. So this is the one, and then this, oops, something dropped. I can't wait. I'm about to put them on my feet now so that you guys can see what these beauties look like. Yes, 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 yes. I can't wait to try them on my feet. Okay, so we're going to put these bad boys on our feet. Okay, so we can see what it looks like. But they are so, oh my God, it's so soft. That's what I wanted, why I wanted to make these out of this. And like I said, the same mistakes that you make for the first one, make it for the second one. Because you want it to come out the same way. Okay. All right, so let's try this on so that we can get this on our feet. Okay.